Now I'd like to show you a screen sharing software called Tmux, but it's not actually screen sharing, it's terminal sharing. So that's really great if you're using a Macintosh or a Unix or Linux system, and perhaps you have low bandwidth, or you prefer terminal-based editors and software. It's just a great tool in general for sharing a terminal session with somebody else, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here you can see my computer, and just a terminal session, nothing special here. I'm going to open up a screen sharing to my other computer just so you can see what's going on. So normally you wouldn't necessarily do this, but I'm doing this just to show you both screens. Alright, so here's my other computer. You can see it's in green. I'm just going to move it over to the side. And you can see I have another terminal session running on this other computer. You can see it's a regular screen share. And if I type over here, hello, how are you? Over on the computer on the right, you don't see anything. I'm fine. But we don't really see anything happening over there. And even if I were to connect to my other computer from the first one, so I'll SSH into La Vista. Alright, so now I'm connected to the same computer. Hello, how are you? Nothing. That is, no sharing going on. But what I can do is I can run a program called Tmux. So now Tmux is running, and really not much has changed, except there is this little green bar at the bottom, which we won't go into. It's sort of a way of having multiple tabs, so to speak. And if I say hello, still nothing. But on the left-hand side, the guest computer, so to speak, the guest user, if I say Tmux ls for list, you can actually see it shows that there's this attached window thing. You know, the details aren't very important, but what is important is this 0 at the front. It means that there's a session, a Tmux session running on this computer. So let's do Tmux attached session -t 0, because that's the 0 right here. This is a shared screen, in quotes. It's already running. Okay, well now they both have this green bar at the bottom. And now if I am over here on the right, if I say hello, how are you? You can see exactly the same text is now printing over on the completely other computer on the left. I can say, I'm fine. And so the intention of this isn't to be some kind of chat program, but what you could do is say, run Vim. Vim is a popular code editor. Lots of people use it. It's especially popular in the Ruby community, Python community, etc. So I can run Vim, and if I'm running Vim in this shared terminal, then they're both going to see everything that happens, and not just both see everything that happens, but be able to completely control everything. So I'm trying to, hopefully you can see my mouse over here on the left. I'll say, let's run around in this file system a little bit. We'll go into this directory here, and I'll find this file here, and I'll open it. And you can see exactly the same thing is happening on the left as on the right. And I'm going to actually now go over to the right, and I'll key down, and maybe I'll insert some text here, and I'll say, I could write, code here. And I'll even make sure that I switch to my other computer so you'll be able to really hear this loud clacky keyboard. So this is the computer on the left, and I can say I could write more code here in terrible spelling, but you're getting the point. And back over to the computer on the right. I have complete control over everything over here, and I can even completely close the window over on the right. So I'll close it. Oh, this guy over here on the left doesn't care. I'll start a new terminal again, and I'll SSH La Vista, which is my other computer. And I can say Tmux, I'll use a shortcut this time, AT-T0, and I'm right back where we started. So this is a pretty advanced stuff. It's not necessarily cross-compatible with something like Windows, unless you might be able to run some special software to be compatible with Unix or something like that. But it's pretty popular amongst the terminal crowd, and it's really popular and it's really powerful. You can get a lot of stuff done with other people, and you could just leave these shared sessions attached even, just as a way of saying you want to know if anybody else is using a particular computer. You can look in the Tmux session, see if anybody else is running around in there. So I hope that that's helpful, and this is Tmux.